5 shillings, the difference between a meal and a decent meal.
70 shillings, the difference between a profit-making business and a loss-making business. What's the source of all this?
Jaza tank, maximize your savings.
At the first interaction with the application, the user can enter as an individual user or as a petrol station. As an individual, the user is supposed to enter the car model, the type of fuel the car uses, and the car's capacity in cc's. Based on this information, Jaza Tank will be able to track the nearest petrol stations next to the user and will be able to update the user on any immediate change in the price fluctuations or the prices based on the fuel that the car uses.
Of course, the common man is also not left behind. They get alerts on changes in kerosene prices to enable them to know when to refuel again. How shall this application benefit customers? Assuming you own a Toyota Hilux of tank capacity 80 liters that consumes on average 12 kilometers per liter. Therefore, the distance from home to work is about 50 kilometers. Therefore, it means daily you'll travel about 100 kilometers. On a full tank, it will take you about 9 days to fully exhaust your tank. This means you'll need to refuel about 3 times a month. In the month of March 2015, there was a fluctuation of 9 shillings in the prices of diesel. Assuming that you took advantage of this fluctuation, you could have made a saving of 9 shillings per liter. This generally comes to a total of about 720 shillings. If you refuel 3 times a month, this is a total of 2,000 shillings. Who wouldn't want to save money?
Think of a child's education. Think of the project you are working on that requires as little as 5 shillings to change an amount such as 4,999,995 shillings that will require that 5 shillings to make a 5 million that you will use to benefit your project. Let alone think of that 1 shilling that will save a person's life by just a meal.
The application has a wide variability. There are over 1.5 million registered car users in Kenya. And in Kenya, over 5% of the urban population and over 65% of the rural population use kerosene. This therefore gives the application a wide market. The application seeks to make money, secondly, through petrol stations, who will pay a registered fee of about 1,000 shillings per month to be registered with us as an application.
However beautiful are roses, it does not lack thorns. Jaza Tank faces competition from mobile applications such as the South African-based Fill Up and the Gas Buddy. Gas Buddy faces challenges such as it's only found in Australia, US, and Canada. Gas Buddy also uses crowdsourced information and it distributes the same information to its users and its customers. However, Jaza Tank will overlook this challenge as it will use information directly from the source, which is the petrol station. The South African Fill Up, on the other hand, is only based in South Africa and has not yet fully expanded. Jaza Tank will begin from Kenya and it will expand to other parts of the world.
Money, the scarce resource. The resource that everyone in the world is trying to save. So what are you waiting for?
Take a chance, maximize your savings.